Hey guys, back with another video. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can build a voice AI agent for a plumbing business. So this could either be obviously for your business, if you're a plumber, or your client's business. So to start off with, I normally build out these agents in Synthflow. I think Synthflow is the best voice AI agent in my opinion. But they offer a series of plans. So I just, to show you guys demos, I just bought the 50-minute plan. But you can also buy a plan that's $450, that's 2,000 minutes. And then another one, I think that's $900, which is 4,000 minutes. And then a $1,400 a month package. And then you get, I think it's 6,000 or 8,000 minutes, somewhere around there. But obviously that would just depend on how many minutes you use per client or, for yourself. But yeah, I normally obviously build these out in Synthflow, and I'm going to be showing you how you can use these parts here, and just going through a little demo. And then I'm actually going to be building out an agent with you. I'm going to be giving you a prompt. So all you need to do is obviously put your services in, or either your business name, just little stuff like that, and you should have your AI agent set up. And I'll be going through obviously the process of creating the agent. But first, obviously here is where you create the agent. I'm not going to create the agent just yet because I need to go down some of these. But yeah, and then we have the knowledge base, and this is where you're going to put, like, say your services are, let's say you're a plumbing service and you solve leaks behind a toilet, something like that, for, let's say, I don't know, £50 or $50 or $200 or however much you charge. You can put that in here, but the prompt I give you, it should be fine. You won't need a knowledge base, but yeah, if you were to use one, it gives it like structures here. Just it gives the AI context basically, and it can give it accurate information. So next we have actions, and let's say as obviously, I don't know if you have an agency, if you would do this for clients, or if you're a plumber, if you use GoHighLevel or Cal.com as your where you book into your calendar, then you can integrate it here. And what that'll do is when the AI on the phone detects that the person wants to obviously book a call or book an appointment with you, then it will, look into your calendar and then suggest the time for that person on the phone, and then, they can book it into your calendar. And if it's outside your calendar, let's say your time is maybe 9 to 5, something like that. If someone wants to book for 6 p.m., if they don't have any availability in that time, and it should give them like the times that you do have. So you'll just come to cal.com. I don't use cal.com, but you would input your API key, or you can just go into GoHighLevel. You would sign into your GoHighLevel account through here, and then just choose your calendar, and that's just really easy. We've got call transfer. So if someone wanted to directly just speak to you, you press create and then put your phone number in, validate it, and you're good to go. We also have the information extractor. So let's say you want your AI agent to maybe call up leads, or when someone calls that number with your AI agent on, then you want them to get the first name and the email, and maybe send it to a webhook and do something with that information later on. You could do that, and you'll just come to the information extractor. You'll come to create, and the stuff obviously that I just said, like, I already have it there. So first name, last name, user email, like, appointment information, and obviously just what you would need to extract maybe from a call. We've also got yes and no questions. I don't normally use a single choice, but now for the send a SMS, let's say you don't use GoHighLevel, or you don't use any of that, and let's say you just want it to want the person to just directly book into your calendar through the book for a booking link, and instead of over the phone, then you could just come to the send SMS action, come to create, and then just copy this here. And obviously don't copy the SMS content because, but you're gonna obviously put your booking link, and then under what condition you want to say the user. Never say like the customer or anything like that. Always say if the user says they want to book an appointment. And you can just keep it simple like that and save that. And then shop custom actions. So if you wanted to, have a webhook connect that to something else, obviously you can connect it to a webhook, or whatever you're hooking it to, whatever the endpoint URL is and the API is. I'm not going to go over workflows, but in contacts, this is what you can also create contacts here. So you could just manually add in the contacts by typing obviously the first name, last name, phone number, tags just to separate leads and organize leads, and then their email as well. But let's say you do have GoHighLevel, you could just import your contacts here from HighLevel, or let's say you have your leads in a Google Sheets or an Airtable or an Excel, you would just save that as a CSV and then import it. And then I'll just come to here, and then you would just click on one of these and then import your CSV into there. Then we have phone numbers, and with the phone numbers, they only have US phone numbers, Australian phone numbers, and Canadian phone numbers. And as you can see here, but let's say you wanted with the SMS, sending the booking link through SMS. I don't think you can use an Australian number because I don't believe they're SMS capable. Just let it load for a second. Yeah, they don't have. I mean, you have to have an address requirement as well. So if you're in the US, it is really easy. But if you wanted to integrate another number, so let's say you're in the UK or you're outside of them countries, there, you would come to integrations and you need to get an app called Twilio. And on Twilio, you can buy phone numbers from like the UK that are SMS capable. You can probably buy Australian numbers off Twilio as well that are SMS capable if you wanted to use that SMS action there. And then you'll just come to Twilio here, and then I think it should be in your account dashboard or in your one of them settings. But you'll copy and paste the account SID into here, and then your auth token as well into here. So now we've got that. Let's actually build the inbound agent for your plumbing business. So this is the prompt that I've given you guys. So you're an AI sales agent and appointment setter for a plumbing company, and you would obviously just put your plumbing company and information here. And I've also give this, objectives that the AI needs to be having at every interaction. So figure out what plumbing service the customer is looking for, provide helpful information about our services, and then obviously you're just going to input your services, the prices of the services. I already have a prompt input, so I don't need to go and fill all this out. But yeah, that's what prompts we're going to be using. So you come to create agent, and then obviously I've got an inbound agent here, and then your dashboard. This is just track all your minutes and all that stuff. And in configure, this is where you're gonna have the settings for your agent, and I'll go over that in a second. So the agent name doesn't really matter, but I'll just call this plumbing agent. And then the image also doesn't matter. You're going to want to keep this at version 2.0, and the AI model, just keep it as what is recommended as. It's going to reply quick. It's going to, have enough information when it provides, obviously, information to customers. Time zone, this matters if you're obviously booking directly into your calendar with the AI. And obviously, you're just going to pick your time zone there. Obviously, in the UK, so I'll pick Europe, London. Words, so this doesn't really matter unless you have hashtags, and that's to obviously show information in your prompt, and it's an instruction. So, and you obviously don't want it to say hashtag or asterisk or hash or anything like that. And you can use realistic filler words as well. So you can have the AI agent say or and actually make it seem like it's a real human on the phone. But never mind. It's a bit slow sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But then we could come over to voice, and you could pick your language here, and they've got loads of different languages. These aren't as quick because obviously they're in beta, but all of the languages that I've used here, I've only really used English, and I've used Norwegian as well. But the English one is quick, and I've managed to change stuff around with my Norwegian agent, and it has made it a lot quicker. So we also have voices as well, and you can just pick from like voices here. Obviously, this is mine. This is a voice I imported through 11 Labs, so I'm not going to be using that. But let's use Daniel, which is basically me. But let's use him. Doesn't sound much like me, but we'll choose him anyway. But we also have patience level, and always keep this at 1 second. Never have it a medium or high. Always have it low at 1 second. So you're going to want it to have rapid exchanges. You don't want it to be pausing for like 3 to 5 seconds and for it to speak, because then people are just going to get annoyed, and then they just automatically assume that they're speaking to an AI. So I normally just keep these settings the same. The only one I'd say you can change is the latency, and that's if the higher the latency, the quicker the AI is going to respond, but it's not going to follow your prompt to a T. So obviously, I'll give you framework here. You don't have to use the prompt that I'm giving you, but it's going to help you. But let's say you have specific instructions for your AI agent. You're going to want to keep the latency as 0, because it's going to then keep to your prompt to a T. and not miss out any like important SOPs they have or anything like that. I don't really mess around with like voice prompts or anything like that. But the call configuration, it's up to you. So this can remove background noise. It depends, what sort of environment are you. I don't really know what environment your AI agent will be in, but the idle duration, I'd have 15 seconds, or you could have this maybe a bit shorter because obviously paying for minutes. You don't want someone just to be idle on the phone, not saying anything. But after 4 seconds, I'd say keep this between 4 and 6 seconds. After 6 seconds, or after 4 seconds, or whatever, AI is going to remind the person on the phone that if I haven't spoken within this time frame, oh hey, you're still there, is everything still good? Then after, obviously they don't reply for another to the 15 seconds, and then obviously the AI will just hang up. But also the pause before speaking, I would have that at 0 seconds, and the ring duration to make it seem like it's an actual, not an AI just on the phone to the person. I say have that for maybe 5 or 6 seconds. You don't want it to call and then it literally instantly answers. And the the call duration, that's completely up to you, depending on how long your calls are going to be. So now the only thing I have to go over is actually testing this agent. So before we actually test this agent, I need to go over some actions. So obviously the action with the SMS. Let's say you didn't want to, book it over the phone. You want to send the SMS. You literally just come to add action, and this is after the call, and then click this, and then it adds the action, and then deployment as well. So you want to have obviously the number that you've either bought through Synthflow or in Twilio. You want to put that phone number in here. So when it loads, I'll obviously put that in there, and then I'll just test the agent. So as you can see, this agent is now calling me, and
hey, you've called to Aquaflow Plumbing. How may I assist you today?
Oh hey, I was just calling up because I was wondering what services you offer.
Hey there. We offer a range of services including leak detection, drain cleaning, water heater repair and installation, toilet and sink repairs, full bathroom installations, and emergency call-outs. Is there something specific you're dealing with?
Yeah, could you give me the prices on that?
Sure thing. Leak detection ranges from £80 to £200. Drain cleaning is between £95 and £300. Water heater installations are £550 to £1,200. Toilet or sink repairs cost £70 to £200. And a full bathroom install is £3,000 to £6,500. Emergency call-outs have a flat fee of £95. Anything in particular you're interested in?
Yeah, I actually have a leak behind my toilet, but you said that would be between £70 and £200. It's a pretty bad leak, so do you reckon that would be on the higher end?
If it's a significant leak, it might lean towards the higher end. But don't worry, we can do a free inspection to assess the situation and give you an accurate quote. How does that sound?
Yeah, that does sound good, but I think I might be able to fix it myself.
I totally get that. But sometimes DIY fixes can miss the root cause, which might lead to bigger issues later. Our free inspection will give you a clear picture of what's going on. Would you like to schedule one?
So that's it for all the testing today, guys. I hope you got value from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.